Hi, this is Melanie for Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to do a review of the Kannada film Kantara, directed, written, and starring Rishab Shetty. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do trailer reactions and film reviews of Indian cinema. Okay, several of my viewers had commented on other videos urging me to see this film, Kantara, which means mythical forest, magical forest. And we have two places that we live now. If you notice the last couple videos, I was in my new Colorado office, and then I flew back here. My mom's having surgery. Anyway, I flew back to Illinois, and Kantara was still playing here, so I was able to catch it at my local theater. And I'm so glad I saw it on the big screen. If you have the opportunity to see it on the big screen, this is one not to wait for streaming, because the soundscape of this film, and you're in this forest, it was amazing. Okay, so I'm so glad I saw it on the big screen. This is a film that Rishab Shetty thought of during COVID times, and he wrote this script. They basically created this village where it's set, and he himself is a practitioner of this folk art of boot kola. I can't even, the last 15 minutes of this film, my jaw was on the floor. My jaw was on the floor. It was otherworldly. There's a scene early in the film where he does this traditional bull racing. And he trained for 4 months to be able to do this scene. It's one of the most incredible set pieces of the entire film. I mean, I have seen other kind of bull racing, not like this. Not like this. Wow. It's an incredible scene, so kudos to him. He plays multiple characters. The film takes place in different time periods. We see the legend of this forest demigod or deity. I think it's in the 1870s. The king makes a bargain with these villagers. And so there's peace and prosperity as long as he promises the villagers have this forest land. Then we jump to the 1970s. The descendant of this king is ready to sell the land for profit. And then we jump ahead to the 1990s, which is the most of the setting of the film. So Rishab Shetty in the 1990s, which is most of the film, plays a character named Shiva. And I described this film to a friend. It reminded me of a mashup of two Mohanlal films, Spadakam and Vanaprastham. So where Mohanlal plays this traditional dancer. He plays sort of this rowdy of the town, and the part of the drama is this antipathy to the forest police and this particular officer played by Kishore, who wants to reclaim the forest to make it a reserve, a forest reserve, and yet that means the villagers will have to give up some. So it's all about land use and who owns the land and man versus nature. So it's all of these themes, but it was incredible. My head is totally off to you because this is an incredible film. There was never a moment that I was bored. There was so much going on. And then there's twists at the end, but then the final, this final climax scene, the last 10, 15 minutes of the film, literally my jaw was on the floor. I was just sitting in the theater it's just in amazement, both at what was happening on my screen and the performance of what was happening on my screen. If you've seen the film, I'm trying not to spoil what it is, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wow. Wow. What a film. This film, even if it hadn't had the mystical elements, But they add so much atmosphere throughout the film. This character, Shiva, is having these visions, and he does it. They frighten him and wake him up. Sometimes he has, mostly he has them at night and he wakes up from them. But, so the film is, I'm not going to say it's all horror. No, there's comedy, some of the standard village romance thing, but then the twist is the girl that he's interested in has been training to be a forest officer. So there's this conflict, between her job and, her friends and her family in the village. So all of that, simple kind of village story that we've seen before would have been enough, but then it has this mystical element on top of it. And the legend of the story, from the past, that just takes things to a completely new level. It was just incredible. There's a lot of fun side characters. Sapthami Gowda plays Leela, the love interest. And I will say, I saw some other reviews of this film complaining that her character was a little one note. Really, it's Rishab Shetty's film, okay? And everyone else is just a side character, and the romance is not, while, like I said, it forms this conflict because of her being a forest officer. The main part of this film is Shiva's transformation, his development over time, and this, I'm really trying hard not to spoil what happens, but it's amazing. It was an amazing film experience. Please see this one in the big screen if you possibly can. Let me know. I want to know if you've seen this film. I want to know what you thought about it. Please let me know what you thought. I don't think I have seen any other Rishab Shetty film, so I would love to know any other recommendations of other films that I could seek out of his. Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter at PardesiYT. Follow me on Instagram at Pardesi Reviews. And if you hit the bell here when you subscribe, you'll never miss another trailer reaction or film review.